I'm here under this pine tree on beautiful Siesta Key Beach. Feast your eyes. It's absolutely gorgeous today. It does look like we might have a little storm a brewing over there. Like, it's amazing how you can always see the storm starts to reach over to the south, and it's pretty much got a hold over here in the north. But this is Florida, so those storm clouds can move along. You never know when it's going to rain in Florida. When it does, it usually doesn't last very long. They do still have red tide. Some beaches get flagged for it. This beach says it's not present today. I always know when it's present because I start coughing. Red tide affects me pretty quickly. The beach is super busy today. It's like I have full bars. And we're ready to rock and roll. Who wants to learn how to lose weight for free? And I don't mean that my advice is free, which it is, but I'm talking about don't ever pay anybody to help you lose weight. Not Weight Watchers, not that weird app, whatever it's called, Spark or something. If you're gonna buy anything, any tool, buy a scale. You know, a lot of people say don't weigh yourself all the time. I don't know, it gives me benchmarks. It's helpful for me to weigh myself, and I do pretty religiously, but that's part of my eating disorder. Anyway, we are on Siesta Key Beach, bam. One of the top 10 world-class beaches. Very famous beach. Where the sand, it looks like, you can see right here, that sand, it looks like dust almost. It's so fine. I'm under this tree, so it's a little bit different than the sand over there, but the sand is super soft. You can tell, like, can you see this lady walking through it and how it just like flies off her feet like it's dust? It's literally like walking on flour or powdered sugar. It's also super great to make sandcastles with because when you do wet it down, it's almost like concrete. Yeah, walk and fast. I know what you mean, my friend. Are you talking about speed walking, or are you talking about walking and fasting? Hi, Sherry. Yes, we need sun too, Sherry. Very good point. And did you know that Americans there is an epidemic of people with low amounts of vitamin D. And vitamin D is super important for people. It really helps regulate everything in your body, and you cannot make it yourself. I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a doctor. So I'm not giving medical advice, just a little CYA over here. I'm just almost 60 years old. I've managed to stay quite healthy, and a lot of that is probably due to luck and some kind of genetics, but I also follow a lot of rules in my life that many people think I'm crazy. They're like, Jill, what's wrong with you? I do certain things that no one does, like I always put baking soda in my coffee. I'm not the mom from Malcolm in the Middle, Tiffany, but if you are a Nickelodeon fan, I did used to work for Nickelodeon, and I worked for a show called Don't Just Sit There. If by any crazy chance you recognize me from Nickelodeon, I also did star in a commercial on Nickelodeon, but I was wearing 50s mom hair and makeup, and you would never know it was me. So just saying. And you're right, food in the 80s was better. Baking soda is a little bit salty. Don't put too much in, but I like the salty taste in my coffee. It reminds me of a salted pretzel for some reason. Walking in, fasting, bam. Okay. Yeah. Yes, vitamin D. You got to get your vitamin D. So I live in Florida, Sunshine State. And right now, I feel like I'm also low on vitamin D. I have not been going outside. I've not been doing my regular sun bath, which I try to do as every day that I can. Uh, I don't like to miss days, but for me, a sun bath is in a bikini, in the sun. I say at least 15 minutes. When you start, you do 15 minutes at first, and then you work your way up. So, yeah, start with a half teaspoon, bam. However much you feel like putting in. Like if you think it's too salty, put in less, or don't put in less. Put in more water, and that will unsalt it. You gotta do it to taste. You'll see how much you like it. Tiffany, what? Are you a Nickelodeon girl? I like never get recognized for my Nickelodeon work. Like never. So if that's happening, how fun is that? No, Garcia, we are not in Brazil. We are in America. We are outside of Sarasota, Florida, at one of the world-class beaches, Siesta Beach. And it is absolutely gorgeous here. It's a kind of a wild beach. You don't see any big high-rise buildings, just a couple like dotted here and there. But it's not a city beach. It's very countrified. Yes, 1 hour a day, bam, exactly. But if you live in Florida or if you come to Florida, don't do an hour a day if you're not used to the sun. You do have to start with 15 minutes either side. Cook yourself like a chicken, and you'll be fine. And then you can work your way up. But you should never burn, you want to get your vitamin D. Another thing that I like to do is I like castor oil, and I will put it everywhere. And that's supposed to be really helpful. Okay, there's a really cool vision of birds over here. I love it when the birds are flying. And this is what I really love about the West Coast. Is this wild? Like you see so much. Not that we don't see birds on the East Coast, but somehow I feel like there's way more birds. Yes, you can get sun poisoning in Florida. You have to be very careful. You cannot lay in the sun for a super long time, and sun poisoning is super serious. So, again, 15 minutes either side. I do not think that anyone should ever wear sunscreen. I know that there are sunscreens that are okay. The ones that we use in America are not. If you buy sunscreen in another country, chances are it's regulated and you'll be fine. But seriously, the sunscreen in America, like some of the best brands, they're toxic. So many of our products, it's like the companies, other countries care about what their citizens wear on their bodies and put in their mouths, eat and sleep and all that stuff. Our country just doesn't care. Our country tells you they care, but they're lying. Because it's all about money, unfortunately. Oh yeah, bam, you can get a high fever from sun poisoning. You can die. It is very, very serious. You can die from drinking too much water too. Everything in moderation, people. Everything in moderation. But that's one of the reasons why Americans are so fat. Because they eat food that comes in a package and has literally was made to addict you. It's created to make you want more and more and more. Pure coconut oil is actually also great to put on in the sun. Zinc oxide is really good for blocking the sun. Yep, and it won't hurt you at all. It doesn't, there's no side effects. Coconut oil, zinc oxide. There's a lot of natural things you can use as sunscreen. One of those things is put on a shirt, you know? Use an umbrella. Go under a tree. You're right, dogs have to be careful. Everyone has to be careful in the sun, and especially the Florida sun, because it is tropical and people just aren't used to it. Aloe, exactly. You guys come up with so many alternatives to store-bought items. So something I find very interesting these days is the fact that everyone's talking about, oh no, I have to grow my own food. And I'm like, yay. Seriously, we Americans need to stop relying on companies to make our food. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if every community had like a chicken coop? Like every neighborhood, there was like down the street, kind of away from people, because chickens can be loud and smelly. But like a community farm, a community chicken place, that's where you get your eggs from, and everybody contributes. And not like in a socialist way, but in a helpful way. You know, we all have to work together to make our, thank you, Shella, to make our communities and our lives better. We have to care about ourselves. Exactly. Carrots are, beans, oh my gosh, beans are super easy to grow. Every little kid knows how to grow beans, right? They grow very fast and they yield. They do. Hi, Jamie. So I suggest that everybody start really getting back down to earth. Now, when I talk about losing weight, instead of changing your body, maybe permanently, on weight loss drugs. Right, Shalala is in a mobile home park in California. Yes, chickens are a small community garden. Like, they want to spend trillions of dollars on getting Americans to take this stupid Ozempic drug. Why would they not spend that kind of money on converting a little area in each neighborhood into a garden and a chicken coop? It just blows me away, because the answer is right there in your face. And Americans always want to take a pill. When I first moved to Switzerland in 1990, I used to be a little bit, offended by the way people talked about Americans. And they'd say things like, you eat your food out of the freezer. Why are your refrigerators so large? Why does your food last so long? Fresh food shouldn't last for long. Every European will tell you that, or you go in anyone's house, their refrigerator is like a quarter of the size of an typical American refrigerator. Super small, because food doesn't last very long when it's fresh. And you should be eating fresh food. Like always. Processing food takes out the nutrients. So, Kenneth, I'm also tired of this, everything's for profit, everything's money, money, money. Feeding people, it should not ever be about money. I think that also medical, doctor stuff. Why are doctors super wealthy? Why does it cost so much to become a doctor? And then the doctors charge people so much money because, it costs so much, and they had to do all this learning to be a doctor and everything. I mean, Why don't we make that be like a sacred profession where you're a doctor, you're going to be taken care of, kind of like a priest or a rabbi, where the congregation takes care of them. They live on site in a nice house where everybody has access to, I mean, not access, you can't just walk in the house, but you know what I mean? Like everybody chips in, this person is living there and working there, and and they do what they're supposed to do, and everybody keeps them good. Kind of like me. I do. I live on the kindness of my community. And it's a wonderful way to live. I'm not going to get rich like this. I don't need to get rich. For instance, I don't have a regular home. I lost my home when my husband died. And since then, I have been living, I would say, on the kindness of others, but I help them too. I'm dog sitting. I'm house sitting. I'm there for my friends who maybe shouldn't be alone this week. I help all my friends when I show up, or I wouldn't be invited back, right? And shout out to my most dedicated friends who took care of me with Muffin. Not took care of me. It's not like I need to be taken care of, but bringing a dog, and not everybody wants a dog in their house, and especially an older dog that has pee-pee problems, me and the pee-pee pads. I showed up with my pee-pee pads and did the best I could not to make a mess. And my friends were super understanding about what I was going through. So Sheila's family is trying to move out of California and buy a property to create a community living situation for our family. I love that. I love that idea. That's something that we've gotten away from, is families and friends all living together. I'm all for it. I think it's great because, when you care about yourself and your community, the rest of the world will follow suit. That's what it's all about. We all need to kind of work together on that too, don't we? Donna knows. Yeah. I love Shala's already working on that. It's great. Please keep us up to date. I hope you find, well, actually, I don't hope. I'm going to pray. And I hope that, let's all right now pray that Shala gets exactly what the entire family needs for a community. Dear Heavenly Father, answer our friends' prayers and give them everything they need to sustain their entire family and all of their friends. In Jesus' name, amen. I hope that works. And we should all keep praying for all of our friends and neighbors. It doesn't cost anything, and prayers really work. Besides which, they chase away demons. Now, let's go back to talking about weight loss, because that's another thing. Americans are so focused on how much they weigh. And you know what? If you weigh more than you should, then maybe you should be focused on it, because it's just not healthy. In Jesus' name, amen. It's not healthy to be overweight. And 100 years ago, very few people were overweight. It wasn't a problem. And here's the thing also about your fat. Did you know that fat has hormones in it? So if you have a lot of fat, it's like actively living in your body like another organ. Your fat becomes another organ, and it wants to live, and it doesn't want to leave. So the more fat you have, the harder it is to get rid of it. But I'm not trying to make you feel like, oh no, I'm hopeless, I'll never be able to get rid of this weight. That's not true, because when I was married to my husband, Ray, his eating, his Spanish American diet was horrific. And I have never been around somebody who was Spanish heritage. My husband was Cuban, and the food that he ate, everything was deceptive. Hello, Paris. I remember him never. This is like emblazoned in my mind. So Ray gets in the truck one day, and he's got this drink, and it says sports drink. Yeah, I look at the sports drink, and there's something like, and I'm not even joking, there were like 80 grams of sugar in that drink. It was like, I don't know, 12 ounce drink, and just like pure sugar. And they called it a sports drink. And that's when I knew what I was up against. My poor husband, he never smoked, he never drank alcohol, he had no addictions, but he was addicted to sugar. Big time. Big time. And boy, he loved his Coca-Cola. He called it freedom. He's like, baby, in Cuba we couldn't drink the Coke. It was illegal. So we always thought it was like the taste of freedom. Oh, so deceptive, so awful. Anyway, my point is that when I was living with Ray, and we lived together for nearly 3 years before he passed away, and I ate what Ray ate, and I got pretty fat. And if you look back in my videos, and you can see all the stuff that I did with Ray, my whole life is, pretty much documented here on YouTube, also on Facebook. But anyway, you can look, and you can even see the video I just made about my dog Muffin. And there are videos of me from the farm days. And you see my face is super puffy, and I just look a little chubby. It's not the worst look in the world, but Shelly, you're so right. Sugar is not maybe, it is worse than other addictions because it's so deceptive. Exactly. When it's in everything and you think, oh, everyone eats this, it's so deceptive, but it is deadly. Deadly, deadly, deadly. So that's why I think that I'd rather eat no food than eat crappy food. So I like to fast. I fast for at least 16 hours every day. I'm not hungry in the morning. I don't do breakfast. I am trying to eat a little earlier in the day because I can go an entire day without eating. And then by 6, 7, 8, I want to eat. And if I don't continue to fast and I do eat, then eating at night is not the best practice. 25 years old, you don't even have to listen to a word I'm saying. Although I gotta say, when I was 25 years old, I was eating disordered, and I was doing every diet I could. I was always dieting. I was not fat, but I was always dieting. You're funny. Yeah, I got the teeth. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for your very kind words. I appreciate it. It's nicer than the people come on and say nasty things to me, so I'll keep you around. Right, guys? Coconut water. Donna, so true. Coconut water is great. It's tasty. It comes fresh from a coconut. You can literally, and when you want coconut water, the best way to get it is from an unformed, a new coconut, a young coconut, not the kind with the hair on it, the green ones. All you do is put a hole in the top and a hole in the bottom and coconut water. There you go. Now we can have that in Florida, but not everybody gets that. Wow, we've got people with all sorts of names from all over the world. Bam has learned how to substitute with fruit and figs when baking. Okay, figs are amazing. I think I never really had a fig before over Christmas. One of my friends had figs, and I'm like, this tastes like a fig Newton, but better. Now think about that. The cookie company takes a beautiful, wonderful fig and wraps it in, sugar bleached white flour that is not good for you at all, throws in sugar, which you don't need because figs are naturally sweet. Hey, Mr. P, we are on Siesta Beach at Siesta Key, Florida. Take what out? Oh, are you being rude? Omer's not equipped to be on the beach report. Rude people with like stupid things on their minds, they get kicked off. So watch what you say. Watch what you say. I'm an American girl, raised on promises. Anyway, yeah, one of those promises is that that I won't be killed by the food I eat. But yes, thank you. Hit the like button. Thank you for that reminder. And welcome to my new members this week. I've got like 3, I think, or 4 new members this week. So thank you guys. I'm so excited about that. And I will start making member-only videos because, and these people who come on and say the stupid stuff to me, aren't you tired of it? I'm tired of it. So you don't need to fall in love. I'm not here looking for anything like that. I'm just here being a real person, talking about real person things. Oh, Bam, you're so right. I know. I got to sell my t-shirts. I got to sell my beach bags. Everything that I sell on my show or on my page is always made by me. Author of 2 books. And oh, I'm so excited because my girl Karen's coming into town this month, and she's the one who taught me how to publish my books. She's my graphic design teacher, so she is going to help me to set up my next 4 books. I'm going to work on 4 books at once. Watch me do that. Yes, please, no romance. Thank you, Shaw. Exactly. We're not looking for romance, but we are always looking for friends. And I do. I'm everybody's sister. I'm everybody's cousin. I'm everybody's friend. And that's what I like. Yeah, and I don't want to be one person's anything. I'm here for everybody. I like to spread the love around. Okay, so anyway, do you guys want to talk more about fasting? You know, you have to realize there are so many benefits to fasting that you don't even know about, like autophagy. Have you ever heard of autophagy? It was, yes, Friends with Gardens, exactly. Autophagy was not really, I'm going to say invented, but it wasn't invented clearly because it's something our bodies do. But if you don't know what it is, autophagy is, in Greek, it means to eat oneself. And I'm not talking about me chewing on my dang fingers. I'm trying hard not to do that, but I'm still doing it, you know. Anyway, when I stop that, I'll be perfect. I am a widow. So we don't need to talk about any marital status, anything. I'm not here for that. I'm here to be your friend. That's it. Let's be friends, okay? All right, anyway, what was I just talking about? About fasting. Autophagy. Okay, so autophagy is where your body needs to have a rest from eating. That's why when you sleep, your body's supposed to be doing all these like really important functions that it can't do while you're awake. It goes in and it cleans out bad cells like cancer cells, and I don't know about parasites. I think we all supposedly have these parasites, but you can get rid of all the bad bugs and all the bad things through fasting, especially parasites, because if you're not feeding them, they're gonna die. You won't die, but your parasites will. It takes 3 days, and stop me if I'm going too fast, but it takes 3 days to reset your gut microbiome. I don't wear any eye makeup. These are my eyes. I can't wear any eye makeup because I lost my dog last week. I mean, she passed away. And I cry so much that if I would wear makeup, it would be running down my face. So I don't wear any makeup. You're right. Candida loves everything that we become addicted to. Exactly. And you dang right about that, Craig. Cancer stinks. Cancer is the worst. Don't be sorry. It's okay. I lost both my parents and my husband to that horrible disease. And I know I'm not the only one. You know, a lot of the reasons that people do get cancer, though, is because They don't give their bodies the chance to clean itself out. Uh, Fasting is not just, it's not just like, I'm not just talking about it because it's like this diet weight loss or anything. It's actually prescribed to you by God in the Bible. Every Jew fasts every year on the holiday Yom Kippur. 24-hour fast, a dry fast. That means you can't even touch water. You can't brush your teeth, you can't wash your hands, nothing. 24 hours. Very few people actually do that, but it is prescribed in the Bible. Muslims fast every month during Ramadan. 24 hours, I mean, not every month, every day during Ramadan. I think that's like a month. I don't know, I'm not Muslim, but correct me. I'm sure there's some Muslims on today. And it's like every day for Ramadan, you fast for 24 hours. You eat and you fast for 24 hours every single day, which would be a lot healthier if you didn't eat crap when you did eat. Just saying, I've heard about that. Charlotte, there's a lot of really great practices. I think that anyone who's religious and follows the teachings of God and Jesus, they're going to be more healthy than other people. And one of the reasons for that is too because you have faith and you believe in your Creator as making you perfect. And when we first came on this earth, we didn't have food in the refrigerator. We had to go look for it. And we lived without it sometimes. I'm starting to believe that you really don't need to eat. There is actually, I saw a documentary about this woman who never eats anything. She just stopped eating one day and she doesn't eat and she just doesn't do it. You can look it up. She's real. There are people, they're called breatharians. They say they live on air. There's not many people who do this, and I'm not one of them, and I don't really want to be one of them. I'm just saying the human body is super amazing and able to take care of itself. But if you're consistently putting in chemicals and you're consistently bowing down to the science, oh, science, save me, you never will be saved because the science costs money. And the science is all about making money. This is why I'm so religious. This is why I'm so faithful. I always got to worry where I'm standing, and this could be red ants at any moment. They've gotten me before. Hey, AT. Could use some what? Sunshine? Could use some sunshine. Yeah, where'd the sun go? Like this is not turning into the best beach day. Here, let's go walk towards the water. I really wanted to get some sun. I wanted to lay on the beach, and I clearly am not going to be able to do that. I was standing under a tree because of the sun, but that's no longer necessary. Shalom Tov Yisrael. Hi, Mia. Yeah, I could definitely use some sun. Anyway, we can walk to the water now. There's definitely a storm coming out from the south. I'm sorry, from the north, going south. But everyone's on the beach today. This is our high season here in Florida. And this beach is a huge tourist destination because of the beautiful white quartz sand. It is as soft as can be. It's like flour. Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, woo, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. That's right, we're about to celebrate the Sabbath. At the sunset today, we'll bring the Sabbath upon us. Look at those birds. The sand is actually really chilly. It's cold sand. And I think what I'm going to do is walk to the water's edge, show y'all what it looks like. I'm walking back. Panama City. I've never been to Panama City, Craig. But I need to go. Yes, stormy clouds are always pretty. Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather since my man and I ain't together. It's raining all the time. Yeah, if you guys want to talk about grief, oh man, I'm deep in it these days. It was one thing, and I lost my husband when I still had my dog. But losing my dog makes my husband's loss hit even harder. I'm sure some of you can relate to that. Beautiful sand, isn't it? Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather. So I can't get a dog because I don't have a regular residence. And at this point, I just can't do that. But I think what I'm gonna have to do, and the way it's gonna work out, is my dog and was shared between me and my daughter. And my daughter just got married this past summer. And I'm hoping she's ready soon to start a family. Don't want to say too much about that. It's none of my business. Well, it kind of is, but you know what I mean. And I told her that if she gets another dog, that maybe we could share that dog again. So that's probably what we'll do, and I'll be a dog grandma again. But I gotta wait till she's ready to do that. She does actually have a dog with her husband. He's her husband's dog. Well, he's their dog, but I'm sure that my daughter will get another dog, and that'll be my dog too. It's a very big beach, right, AT? It's huge. No, the sand does not squeak. I don't know, maybe sometimes. It's not squeaking today. Not on my shoes anyway. Oh, rescue cats. And also Muffin was a rescue dog, by the way, which I do prefer to rescue a dog. And at this point in my life too, I don't want a puppy. Puppies are hard work. I think it's always better to get an older dog, and maybe even a dog that somebody loved very much and they passed away, and the dog needs someone to love them, you know? So these waves are pretty wild today. Check this out. Yeah, rescues are the best. They need you the most. Look at that beach. How beautiful. The beach is huge today. I mean, huge, like full of everyone. People from all over the world. Young and old. And the other thing about this amazing beach and the sand on it is that near the water's edge, it's packed so hard that people literally ride their bikes. In fact, I have videos where I used to take Muffin in her stroller on this beach. I'm gonna have to post one of those again. Oh, look, there's a rescue going on out there. All right, breaking news. Someone's being rescued. We get to see first responders in action. You know, the Gulf of America can be a very dangerous place. Any ocean can be a very dangerous place. But you're watching a rescue right now. Funny that you should say the word rescue. Because there we go. There's a rescue right there. I mean, to give you a little bit of context, These ladies are literally in like knee-deep water. And then there's this rescue going on. It is in knee-deep water, ankle deep. It might be training. It might be training. Because the water's so shallow there. Kind of crazy. I mean, look, here's more context. Look at this person walking into the water. Like, it's barely at their knees sometimes that the waves hit them. Those waves look pretty strong though. And there might be a bit of a, I don't know, I don't see the, what's it called? The riptide. I don't see a riptide. I think they're training. Yeah, you do get knocked over in the knee-deep water. Yeah, he doesn't look too upset. Okay, that was training. Nobody got hurt. That was interesting. So that's how they do it. By the way, if you can hear the spate of different languages all around me. Like seriously, I just heard like 5 different languages. That was cool, guys. Thank you. You never know what you're going to see on the beach report. Look at these people. They're on the beach report. They're speaking a different language. See you later, Shala. Best of luck. We will all pray for you, my friend. All right, let's go walk down to Bird Central. These guys up too. More training.
So I'm going now.
Oh, so here are some stats for you. The water temperature is 59 degrees or 16 Celsius. And we are currently in a very high tide. Because the high tide is at 2:15 p.m. So it's up there. Moderate chop. There are rip currents possible. And they say you should drink water. But don't drink this water. What water are they talking about? Because I'm pretty sure they don't want you to do this water. All right, look at this little kid making a sandcastle. This sand is so great for making sandcastles. It is like the best. It's like working with clay. Good job, little kids. As long as they don't dig holes, no holes at the beach. Hug, Shala, take care. See you again soon. All right, we're going over to Bird Central. Look at those waves. Oh wait, let's watch this person with the raft. It looks like a knee board. Or no, did they call that a knee board? I mean, it's not really a surfboard. It almost looks like a canoe. Gonna get some surfing action. Just having a little fun at the beach today, even though it's overcast. Temperatures in the low 70s. Yeah, stand-up paddleboard, that's it. Oh, look, another rescue underway. We're rescuing everybody today. By the way, for those of you just coming on, that is not a real rescue, that's a training. Oh, they look better at it this time. Don't drop him. They kept dropping him last time. I think they didn't like him, I don't know. Oh, nice rescue effort. Good job, good job. Look at the little kids in the water. They're so precious. Children have so much fun at the beach. But always hold their hands in the surf. Always hold their hands. Because even in knee-deep water, you can drown. Sharks can swim in knee-deep water, FYI. Just saying. Just saying. I'm not trying to scare anyone about the beach. Just saying, you got to be smart. You have to think about the dangers. Keep your head on a swivel, and you'll have a great time. Yeah, these are actually really good waves. I would ride them with my boogie board if I had my boogie board. And for those of you who are fans of the show Siesta Key, I'm going to show you Alex's house. Yes, I've gone down there, stood right in front of it because I could. Where is it? I don't know if we can see it from... You should be able to see it from here. Well, I think it's right there. I think it's that one with the columns. You can see that. Oh, I can't do it with my fingers. Sorry, guys. Anyway. Look at that beautiful, beautiful Gulf of America. I love it. The birds. Here come the birds. Look at the birds. Like every kid's sandcastle is like gorgeous. Here it's so easy. The sand is so easy to work with. It's literally like clay. Look at the sandcastles. Just little kids make these. Look how great they are. I love that. Wow, your sandcastle's awesome. Awesome. Wow, that's beautiful. It's on the Beach Report on YouTube. Looks great. Good job, you guys. It's fantastic. I'm on Siesta Beach, a little south of Sarasota, in beautiful Siesta Key, Florida. This island got hit pretty hard during Hurricane Milton, but they made a real great comeback. So come on down, the water's fine. It's a humongous beach. Really big. Really beautiful. And you can see there's a bit of a storm about to brew. So I am about to lose my juice. I got my 20% warning, but we're just gonna walk off the beach right now. I wore my bathing suit, apparently for no reason. It's not bathing suit weather today. It is a great beach day though, and it's not hot at all. In the sand here, this beautiful quartz sand, I believe it comes from the Appalachian Mountain, this white sand. It's just like it's like one of the wonders of the world here, this sand. And it's so soft, it's like flour. It's like powdered sugar. It's kind of even like dust. It's so gorgeous. And the beach is really big. And quite wild. So another great way to get in shape is to walk on the beach. And you don't have to walk very, very fast, but when you're on the beach, your legs have to move against the resistance of the sand. And if you can do it in bare feet, then you'll be grounding yourself. Some people believe in that and some people don't. You know, it's not so bright and sunny, but I have to put my sunglasses on anyway. I read somewhere that your eyes, actually we were talking about sunscreen earlier, that your eyes are very sensitive to the sun, and of course they are. That's one reason why when you wake up in the morning, you should, first thing you do is go look outside. Don't look at the sun, but get your eyes seeing that bright sunshine. I have not been to Lemon Bay. No, but I've heard about it. Is that Florida or is that California? Let me know. Anyway, it's so good for you to look outside when you first wake up. And if you're anything like me, I have trouble getting out of bed. So Donna's got 79 degrees. Wow, it's a lot warmer on the east coast of Florida than it is over here on the west coast. Anyway, the sunshine is not just used to, help wake yourself up, but when you're outside and you don't wear sunglasses and your eyes see the sun, and that your eyes gauge how bright it is and will actually regulate your skin so that you don't get sunburned. I know that sounds crazy, but I read it somewhere and I think it's true. I don't know. I have so much faith in my body as created by God. So amazing that I'm pretty sure it can do anything I tell it to. So, around Port Charlotte. Yeah, I never go to Port Charlotte. But yeah, now I remember seeing Lemon Bay. Now I know where that is. I'll have to check it out. Is it really nice there? Oh, Englewood. I love Englewood, by the way. Englewood is a beautiful, beautiful area. And a lot of nice people. That's another thing about the west coast of Florida, is that just some of the nicest people in the world live here. Not that they don't live on the east coast too. I have friends everywhere, but I do notice that people on the west coast are maybe a little more folksier. And they're not very party. They're not like, we don't have bars on all night long and everyone's pretty much in bed by 10. But I actually think, the older I get, that that's a good thing. All right, well, I'm almost off the beach. I'm a little bit winded, and I know I'm going to lose my juice on my phone here soon. So I'm gonna say ciao for now. And if you guys have any questions about fasting or about my fasting experience, I can only speak from my own experience. I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but I'm just a I'm just an old lady with an eating disorder. Ah. Anyway, I managed to not get super fat at almost 60, so I must be doing something right. And one of the things I do right is living in Florida, because most people, especially most women, when we live in Florida, we don't get fat. You know, when it's summer all year round and you have access to fresh fruits and vegetables all year long, and you also have access to walking on the beach and exercise all year long, if you get fat, you're doing it wrong. Just saying. I do find that ladies here in Florida seem to look younger and be healthier. So if you're getting up in age, you might want to come move down to Florida and make your life longer, and your quality of life is better too. Just saying. All right, you guys, I'm going to say ciao for now. Thank you for coming to the beach with me. And I will be back on the beach report. I never know when. I'm trying to schedule myself, trying to be a little bit better about it. But sometimes I feel like I was on the beach report today. I can't do it anymore. I do come on every single day. So you guys can look forward to at least once a day. All right. I gotta go. The further I walk, the worse my connection gets. Anyway, we'll be back on. Today is website day. So I'm trying to work on that. If anyone has any help for me or any tips or who to use or whatever, I'll take it. All right, I know. I gotta go. All right, you guys. Ciao for now.